Well, welcome back to the Daily Factor. And of course, as I said before we went to the break, it is a major piece of history that Kaizer Chiefs are about to fulfill. They went to Casablanca, they got the 1-0 win. They're now here in Johannesburg, and we wait to see whether they can seal their place in the final of the CAF Champions League. Well, joining me to discuss this, I'd like to welcome POWERFM sports reporter MMASEKEPE Matsebane. MMASEKEPE, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Faraz, and thank you for having me. I'm trying to put on my...
Okay, yeah, we got you. We got you there, MMASEKEPE.
So you
perfect.
can see me now.
Yes,
but I
yes,
can
yes.
see you.
Yeah. We can. We perfect the way you are right now. MMASEKEPE, huge moment for Kaizer Chiefs. This, isn't it? I mean, you've seen, of course, what happened, prior to Kevin Hunt being sacked. Things have just changed now, haven't they? I mean, you've seen it. You've, of course, spoken to players, management. You're deep in there. How is the mood currently in that camp heading into Saturday's game?
Look, at the moment, you're expecting a very motivated Kaizer Chiefs side. They pulled off, I think, to even get to this stage of the competition, what many people did not expect. I mean, so many people did not anticipate that they would even make the group stage of this competition, and given how they started, and they surprised many. And then they went to the group stages, didn't start well, even lost 4-0 away to WYDAD Casablanca, but they still managed to grant some very important results when they played against WYDAD Casablanca at home, and then they went to Conakry there where they played against Conakry and Horoya. They came here again when the odds were against them, and many people were thinking that Simba will be able to beat them, and they managed to get a victory in that game, 4-0. Didn't turn out too well out in Tanzania, but they wrapped up here at home. And when you look at the changes in terms of the coaches, not too much has changed in terms of the personnel or the playing style. So it's almost the same. It's just that it's just a different kind of defensive structure that they didn't have before. When you look at what they have at the back, if you look at how they played away in Morocco with Ngezana, had one of these fantastic games. The confidence that Bruce Vuma has at the moment, and I think on the other hand, when you look at WYDAD Casablanca, I don't think they were as strong as you would have expected them to be. The performance that they showed was not the same that they produced when they did in the first leg. So I look at the Kaizer Chiefs and say that there's a bit of confidence. Samir Nukovic did well in the first leg, and I'm thinking that he will be a talisman again in the second leg.
MMASEKEPE, Arthur Zwane has not done anything wrong since, of course, he's stepped in. He's got them into the top 8 of the DStv Premiership. Tactically, I know you like to talk tactics. What is he looking for to make sure that not can he just solidify that 1-goal lead, but he can go ahead and potentially seal the deal and make that impact heading into the final should Chiefs progress?
Look, under Arthur Zwane, Kaizer Chiefs are playing in the same manner that they did under Ernst Middendorf. They understand their limitations. They understand that they don't have too many ball players in their team. So they don't rely heavily on trying to keep the ball because they know very well that possession football is not something that they can do at this point. So what they are mostly relying on is to play on the break. So they will have a very strong reinforced defense and then have a good midfield and just have 1 or 2 strikers up top. And I don't expect that they will play with 2 strikers in this coming fixture. I expect that Samir Nukovic will only be their talisman and the Castro maybe on the bench. And then Dumisani Zuma, I think he will be fit for this match. He might get a chance to play. Lebo Hamanyama returns. So you might just see again 2 fullbacks, sometimes inverted, and then they will have 3 centre backs, Cardoso, Eric Matoho, as well as Siyabonga Ngezana. And then, just in front of them, you might possibly have a Katsande and Javulo Blow, making sure that the midfield, there's a bit of steel in midfield, and then Leuha Manyama as well, applying some attacking impetus there. So that's more or less how you would think they would play. But for them, structure will be important. The defensive structure, the midfield structure. When they don't have the ball, and when they are taking, you will always have one or two players, Katsande maybe, if getting an opportunity to push ahead with Manyama in support of Nukovic.
Maskepe, just one final question. The Bruce Bvuma contract situation in 30 seconds. What is the update with regards to it? I was reading earlier on that, of course, there was a potential that he may sign an extension. What are you hearing?
Oh, no, definitely. He is going to be signing an extension, and it looks like it's going to be a big deal, something between 3 to 5 years. Because the current coaching staff are quite impressed with him, and obviously even with Stuart Baxter coming in, he is going to keep Lee Baxter as the goalkeeper coach, and Lee Baxter seems to really believe in Bruce Bvuma. So and I think one between Itumeleng Khune and Daniel Akpe is getting towards the final stages of their career at Kaizer Chiefs. So I think one of them will have to leave the club, which will make Bruce Bvuma heading into the season as the club's #1.
MMASEKEPE MATSEBANE, POWERFM Sports Reporter. We thank you so much for making time for us. You can catch Maskepe. He does the Power Sports Extra every evening. I think it's 7 to 8, if I'm not mistaken, Maskepe?
Yes, on Friday between 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. And during the week, you can catch me every morning between 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Yeah, I think Maskepe Matsebane, if you ever want to get a good football knowledge, he's the man to listen to right there. We'd like to thank you so much. Well, that's all we have for you here on The Daily Factor. I will see you again tomorrow to wrap up the week. From myself, Faraz Patel, the technical team, Jesse, Kabir and Johnny. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.